Hello, hi guys, how are you? Jamboni, Saseni, bonjour. I hope you're fine. You're looking forward to Monday. Tomorrow is Monday. And if you don't like Mondays and you love Fridays, there is something wrong about your job. If you know you like Fridays and you don't like Mondays, something is wrong. This is a topic that I'll cover one time. I did a lot of careers. I changed. And I think I'm not gonna stop changing. If I get something, I'm flexible. I'm very open to change. I embrace change like nothing else. And I'll speak about this because you need to embrace Fridays as just you embrace Mondays. Mondays and Fridays should, because Fridays then comes time you're resting, and then Monday comes this time when you're going to look for money. Mbesha. So, guys, I hope you're looking forward to a new week. If last week was not so good, if everything was so gray, so dark, tomorrow is Monday. Be positive. Start off the week with a positive vibe. Smiles, just good vibes. Sawa. Guys, I'm back again with a very interesting video. It's a very spontaneous video. It's just something that I've just sat, felt, and thought I don't need any preparation. Actually, I don't prepare for my videos. I realize they're just at my fingertips. These are things that I've gone through. There are things that I could just sit and talk. Actually, I was just telling myself the other day, I have content. All I need is you guys. I need you guys. I really need you. Motivation, inspiring. You inspire me too as I inspire you. And I just need you guys. Your motivation, the way you keep me up with your messages just keeps me moving. And before I continue, guys, as I said in the video before, I need you subscribers. Imagine I have a channel over 6 years and it has 26 subscribers. Okay, guys, go just click at it. By today evening, I'll have 30. 4 more. Imagine 4 more. 4 people more. Tomorrow 50, and then 100. By Friday 500. Yoo-hoo! Guys, I'll be screaming. I'll be very happy. You can't believe it. So, guys, I'm back, and I would like to speak about I don't know how to put it. It's about giving, but I'm not saying like you need to give. But when it comes to giving, how do we react to giving? And how do other people take our giving? I'm speaking about this being in the diaspora. I realize it's something that is very challenging. Like there is something going on. Maybe we guys have been called up to something. Or even in Kenya. You guys, I'm sorry people in Kenya. When I say about diaspora a lot of times, it's maybe because I'm here. I lived in Kenya until I was 25 and then I left to look for greener pastures. And it's also in Kenya. It's there. I know. I felt it too. Yeah. When people call a harambe, there are those who are put on the first line. Kuna wale VIPs. And then there are those who are in the middle. And okay, guys, wait. I'm seeing somebody walking. I never saw an African in my village. I need to say hi. Just a moment. I have very good news. I just saw people walking downstairs and I was like, people walking along the street and a black, like an African man, our brother, and 2 ladies and a baby. And I'm like, I never saw, like in this place, I think I'm the only African. I never saw. And when I see somebody in the supermarket, I'm usually like, hey, excuse me, just we are there from the next town. And guys, since 1st of October, this is last week, somebody just moved like 10 houses away from us. So we are growing. Guys, we are growing. I'm so happy. Anyway, that's not, I'm sorry. I just got excited a bit and it's normal. So guys, it was about giving. Like normally when people are invited, there are those who sit on the first line, then there's the middle, and then the backbenchers. Sometimes even backbenchers are not told to sit there, but they themselves choose to sit at the back because that's where they belong. They believe they belong, you know? And there are people who just walk in. Before they even told they're the VIPs, they go to the front. Have you ever realized this? It's like going to church. There are those who come to church, no matter how many seats are there at the front and in the middle, they want to sit at the back. Guys, and I felt it in me. It's something it's a bit funny, but it's also very serious. Like, when I choose to classify myself where I feel I belong, it's not so bad. But also upping my game is not so bad. You know why? Because the moment we get to an environment where we are expected to give, giving, as they say, let this hand not know what this other hand has given or received. Normally we have this thing of saying maybe so-and-so has given 1 million if there was something being raised, or 10,000, 20. Those who give less, you know, I've been to groups where people say, just give whatever you can. Or when people are asked, should we write how much people gave? A lot of people vote for no, especially those who give less. And for those who give a lot, actually they would prefer that everybody's written down. Like Leah gave 20,000, she gave 5, that they know who gave 500, which is very wrong. Giving is something that is supposed to be taken with a lot of confidentiality. Okay, guys, you have to forgive my English because I actually realized I'm flowing kidogo. I'm really trying to flow. I used to shrub, My people know, my friends and my family out there in Kenya. My brother, my business partner, Matu, you know, sometimes he laughs and says, Leah, you are trying, I thank God. I think that was right. It's about confidentiality. What you give that's what you have. As long as you give, and that with a clean heart, if your heart is clean as you give, that's what you have. Up your game. It doesn't mean when you gave 100 euros and the other gave 1,000 euros, you need to degrade yourself. No. Because that's what you chose to give according to whatever was being raised. If you know you have more and you feel like you've been spoken to, it's in you, you need to give. Because there are times you go somewhere and even without people being asked to give, you just feel in your spirit, I can't leave this family. I can't leave this place without blessing this person. Then that's a personal call. That one you have to you have to pick up that call, because God could be speaking to you. Maybe it's that person who is holding your dream, who is holding the key to your dream. And the moment you release that to them, a blessing is released from heaven. So when you feel like something is speaking to you, give that money, give that 20, that 30, that 40 that you have. There could be something that is blocking you, and this is the person. But what I'm trying to talk about here is this thing of you go places where people come up together and they say they want to contribute something. And when it comes to about talking about how much you want to give, people kind of go down. People go, you know why? Because people feel like if they know that I gave less, like, how are they going to think about me? And it is upon us, the society, the community, to stop this thing of, if she get whatever somebody decides to give, that's what they have. And don't try to judge them according to what they give. We have people who do big things and they have nothing. We have people who give small but they have everything. And it doesn't mean when somebody gives less, she's bad or she's greedy, you know? I'm saying this because I happened to have a friend of mine in school, and there was somewhere where people are supposed to give, and she was like, Claire, I think I can't come along with you, which I really wanted to do. I wanted to go with her because I love her company. I just love being around her. I love the fact that she's honest. You know, there's nothing so bad like having somebody who plays big, you go eating big, and yet they're not real. And there is nothing so beautiful. Like, you have this friend, you can get a meal for 5 euros, eat it with a lot of love, and so beautiful company. And I really wanted to take her. And she told me, I don't have money to give. And I said, you don't have to give. We can take one card, right? I'll put whatever little that I have, and then we can give it together. When we write our names both on it, then it's going to look like you gave. But I was asking myself, she did this, and deep in her heart, she knew that I knew that she never gave anything. But I thank God, because she knows that our friendship was genuine. You know, we went to school together. We studied for 4 years together. And she knew that I would never go speaking it out that she never gave anything. It's me who gave that. And I say this I'm going to cover because I need her. I knew if I went with her to this place, I'm going to be laughing, I'll be entertained, I'll not be lonely, and I don't need even to make new friends. Because sometimes you go places and you regret or even had to exchange your contact with other people. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. What I'm trying to say is this. I asked her, how much money would you want to give? And she said the most that I can give is either 5 or 10. And that's all that I have. And I say to myself, this is somebody being so open that all I can give is either 5 or 10 euros because I have to get my money together to get me to the end of the month. And I asked myself, those who are receiving the money, thank God we were going to something that was more European. But I want to ask if it was African. I don't want to say Kenyan, but maybe even Kenyan. If it was African and she took an envelope or a card and wrote the nice message, you know, my husband, our wedding time, we were given presents, we got a lot of money, These Germans can give. We got, they put money in envelopes. And I remember that evening, I told him I'll be unpacking. He said, not today, let's do it tomorrow. And he was like, Leah, you're not even reading the cards. You know, people were writing stuff, and he takes every card and reads, which is okay. What I usually do, I'm just being honest, not anymore them, because it's a while now. I was married yesterday. I've grown and I'm changing, okay? That's what I did, and it's true. So what I did, I opened the card, I saw from who, I removed the money, put it on the side. And what he does, he takes the card and reads the message. He tells me the message means everything to him. Okay, guys, let's read the message. Maybe it's not written, but it's in the heart of your friend, in the heart of those who have decided to invite to an event. And I say to my friend, let us go. Take the money that you wanted to give. You don't need to do a card of your own. We're going to put our money together in one envelope, and then we give it together with both of our names, so nobody will know who gave what. But people, let us embrace anything that is given by anybody. She has or she doesn't have, let us embrace them. Some people are studying, some people are going through a lot of difficulty. People are helping their families back in Kenya, or even those who are in Kenya are helping people back in the village. And don't just let them feel like when you wanakuja, there are people who give and they have. Just take people as they are, invite them, let them come down, kama ni party, peana bahasha, it doesn't have to have their names on it. Let people just feel good. Giving is just something very personal, and there is one rewarder who rewards people giving genuinely, and that is God. If somebody gave genuinely, Here in Europe, you've made up a group or something, people are bringing up money, and somebody's not having that much money. Don't try to say uliata wangi. Don't fail to invite them because they don't give. No. Just pray to God. This is also something that blocks our ways, saying that you invite people who have. Who says they have? Nobody was born with that title here. You'll have, you will not have. No. Let us come together, embrace those who have and those who don't have. For those who have, be happy, but also pray for those who don't have, because I realized when you have and others don't have, you'll always give. So don't be happy to have by yourself. Be happy when we are many. Be happy when we all have. Because I realized when somebody is sick, they actually know who has and who doesn't have. This is the time that those who have a problem. Because the ones who don't have cannot, So embrace them. As we push together to be all givers, we'll realize the burden becomes small. Those who don't have will feel good, I just felt like speaking of this because this thing of my friend came back, and I've been in a bit of it. I've like seen occasions where somebody's like even wanting to know Tatoangapi, or you take that list and check how much they gave, 20, 30, 40, 50, nobody gave 10, and that's all that I have. And then you give the last 40 that you have to match other people. Don't. If you don't have to write your name on that list, don't write it. If you're not going to be happy with the results, because there's no reason you write 40 that people see you gave 40, and then you go home, you don't have milk, you don't have bus fare. No, don't. Don't give all your money to please people. You just don't write, or write that what, God will never ashame you in front of them. They might say, who gave 20? No. God knows your heart. He will watch this heart and you'll be shocked. Starting and being up there doesn't mean finishing good. Let's embrace other people. Be real to yourself. Give what you feel like giving with love, and God is going to reward you. Guys, it was just a short video. I'm loving you guys, and please just don't forget to subscribe. See, I told you I only have 26 subscribers since 2013. Something must have been wrong. And now that I know you, something is going to be right. I know by tonight, I'll have 30 subscribers. Thank you guys. I love you so much, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.